So we'll start our practice by finding a nice seat on our mat. If you have a pillow or a blanket, you can roll that up and just place it under your seat just to allow your knees to relax down towards the mat. We're going to sit up nice and tall, resting our hands on our knees, either palms facing down if you need some grounding, or palms facing up for energy. And then just bringing your thumb and your pointer finger touching slightly, creating a hand gesture called a mudra. So sitting tall, we're going to close down our eyes and just start to bring awareness to your breath. Not yet changing the breath, but just noticing how it enters the body through your inhale, chest rising up, and how it exits with your exhale as the chest floats back down. And just feeling the breath enter and leave without any effort, automatic. And just continuing to breathe, keeping your awareness on the breath, allowing yourself to just let go and come into this present moment. For many of us, as we start out on our yoga journey, it can be quite just a physical exercise, stretching and strengthening our body. But as the more we practice, it really does come to be more than just a physical exercise. We do start to tap into our body, tapping into our thoughts, maybe choosing healthier foods, thinking positive. And just becoming more relaxed, just letting go of the little things and not worrying so much. So each and every time we come onto the mat, allow yourself to just check in with the body, check in with your breath and your thoughts, clearing your mind of any chatter and wandering thoughts. And allow yourself to come into this present moment, coming into this space. And now we can start to deepen our breath, taking a nice deep breath in through the nose, filling up the lungs as we breathe in through the belly, the sides, the back, and the chest. And exhale, chest, back, sides, belly. Inhale, belly, sides, back, chest. Exhale, chest, back, sides, belly. Inhale, belly, sides, back, chest. Exhale, chest, back, sides, belly. And just continue on your own with that same pace, breathing in through the nose for 4. And exhale for 4. Just letting any stresses or worries go. Letting go of any aches or pains. Just letting go of anything and everything that doesn't serve you in this moment, right here, right now. And then we'll bring our palms together in front of our heart, opening our practice with a single chant of Om, just to come together in this space and create a beautiful energy for our practice. So we're going to take an inhale through the nose and exhale completely. Inhale to prepare. Gently opening your eyes. And then from here, we're going to bring our left hand beside us, taking an inhale, reaching our right arm up nice and tall. Now on the exhale, just hinging over to the left, just a little nice side stretch, lateral stretch, keeping our neck nice and long, not letting the ear come down to the shoulder, keeping it connected with the spine, lots of energy out through those right fingers. And try and bring that top shoulder back, bottom shoulder forward, just to keep the chest open. Taking one more breath. And then inhale, coming up nice and tall. Exhale, floating your arm down. Keeping that right hand down. Inhale, left arm up, reaching tall. And then exhale as we hinge over to the right. So nice little stretch to the side. Again, keeping that neck long, chest open. Lots of energy out through those left fingertips. Just going as far into your stretch as it feels comfortable. Continuing to breathe. The breath is so important. Never holding the breath, but just finding a nice, smooth breath. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Inhale, coming up nice and tall, and exhale, floating the arms down. From here, we're going to come into boat pose, which is going to work our abdominals, our core. So continuing to face the front of the mat, we're just going to bring our feet flat down, sitting nice and tall. Contract your abdominals by drawing your belly button in towards the spine, and then taking an inhale to lift our toes up off the floor. Exhale, finding a nice balance on our sit bones, sitting nice and tall, lifting our chest towards our legs. And then we can either keep our hands behind the legs for support, or we can reach our hands out towards the feet, palms facing towards each other. Continuing to breathe. And just taking 3 more breaths. And 2. And 1 more breath. Inhale, lifting the chest and feet a little higher. Exhale to bring the feet down. We're going to cross our ankles, bring our hands forward, shifting forward, coming up to all fours, and then bringing our hands underneath our shoulders, shoulder width apart, spreading our fingers nice and wide. Knees and feet are hip width apart, tucking the toes under. From here, we're going to take an inhale to lift our knees up off the floor, and then exhale, shifting our weight back towards the legs, coming into our downward facing dog. So you want to keep those feet hip width apart, spread our fingers as wide as we can, relax the head down, and press our palms into the mat. So it's like we're pushing the earth away from us. If the hamstrings are really tight, you can even bend one knee at a time, just gently walking out your dog. Staying mindful with the body and just being gentle. We don't ever want to feel any pain in our yoga practice. Another option throughout your practice today, if you need a little bit of a break, you can always come into child's pose by gently bringing your knees down to the mat. Untucking the toes, bringing your booty towards the heels, forehead to the floor, and just resting the arms beside the body, palms facing up with the elbows bent slightly, just relaxing the shoulders down, and just allowing yourself to just melt into the earth. So that's always an option to you. From our downward facing dog, taking an inhale, bringing our right foot up, keeping our hips square, foot flexed. But then we're going to take an exhale, stepping it all the way through in between your hands, coming into a lunge. So just make sure that your ankle is right below the knee. So we want to have really good support for that knee. If the knee is over the toes, that's no good. And if the knee is way back, that's no good either. So wiggle or walk your toes forward as much as you need to, stacking that ankle right below the knee. Then we can either keep our back leg nice and strong, lifting the knee off the floor, or we can drop the knee down, untucking the back toes. So a few different options for you, always listening to your body and doing what feels right for you. From our lunge, we're going to sweep our arms up, palms facing towards each other, and then exhale, just sinking into the hip. Continuing to breathe, reaching the fingers tall, and then exhale, sink. So this is a really good hip opener. Continuing to breathe, reaching those fingertips tall. Exhale, sliding the shoulders down the back. 2 more breaths. And 1 more. Inhale, reaching the fingers tall. Exhale, bringing the hands down to the mat. Tucking our back toes under if they're not already. Lifting our back knee up off the floor. And then stepping our right foot back, downward facing dog. So bringing those feet back to hip width apart. And then we'll come through the other side. So inhale just to lift your left leg up, keeping the foot flexed, and then slowly stepping it all the way through in between your hands, wiggling or walking the toes forward if you need to, just to make sure ankle comes below the knee. Dropping the back knee down if you'd like. Untucking the back toes. Inhale, sweeping the arms up, opening the chest, and then exhale to sink into that right hip. Continuing to breathe. Relaxing the shoulders down. 3 more breaths. And 2. 1 more breath. Inhale, reaching the fingers tall. Exhale to bring the hands down. Tucking our back toes under. Inhale, lifting up the back knee. Exhale, stepping our left foot back, downward facing dog. From here, on your next inhale, we're just going to walk our feet forward, coming to the front of the mat. And then just keeping our feet hip width apart, coming into a nice little fold. So really letting our head relax down, nice and loose, arms are nice and loose and heavy. And then we can grab a hold of each elbow with each palm, just letting the weight of our arms and our shoulders and our head bring us a little bit deeper into our stretch, stretching out our hamstrings behind the legs, opening up our hips. So it's about just bringing our chest towards the legs, not so much forehead to the knees. Taking 1 more nice deep breath in and exhale. Inhale, bringing the arms all the way up, nice and slow, coming nice and tall, bringing our palms together up overhead, and then exhale, Bringing our hands down through the heart, Samastihi. From here, just relax our arms down. We're going to take an inhale, bringing our right knee up in towards the chest. And then on the exhale, bring that ankle on top of the left knee. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. And exhale, bending that left knee, coming into a little balancing pose. Keeping the arms reaching forward. Relax the shoulders down. Continuing to breathe. And then one more breath. Inhale, bringing the arms up. And exhale, release. You can shake it all out. And then we'll come to the other side. So inhale, left knee in towards the chest. Exhale, bringing your left ankle on top of the right knee. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. And then exhale, bending that right knee, coming down into your seat. So we want to keep our tailbone tucked in slightly so that our spine is nice and straight. Relaxing the shoulders down the back. Continuing to breathe. And inhale, bringing the arms up. Exhale, releasing the feet down. From here, standing nice and tall, inhale, lengthening up through the spine. And on the exhale, starting to bring your chin in towards the chest. And slowly, vertebra by vertebra, starting to ragdoll down into our forward fold. From here, into our fold, let's take a breath in. Inhale, coming up halfway to a flat back. So we're going to bring our hands onto our legs, smiling our chest forward, bringing our shoulder blades towards each other, reaching our crown forward. So imagine there's a coin in between our back, in between our shoulder blades. You want to pinch that coin so it doesn't fall. Inhale, lengthening even longer out through the spine, and then exhale back into our fold. From here, we're going to bend our knees all the way down, coming into a little squat, and then coming into a seat. So from our seat, we're just going to lengthen our legs out nice and long. Sitting tall, again, you can use that blanket or a pillow underneath your seat just to help hinge you forward. Keeping our feet flexed, the toes up towards the sky. We're going to grab a hold of our feet, so you can bend the knees if you need to, and keep the knees bent. Otherwise, if you've got that flexibility, we can lengthen our legs. Inhale, taking our spine up nice and tall. And then exhale, hinging in the hips, just bringing our chest towards our legs. Bending the elbows slightly, relaxing the shoulders down, keeping our spine, our neck nice and long as we continue to breathe. Inhale to lengthen up through the spine. Exhale, coming up nice and tall. Still facing the front of the mat, we're just going to bring the soles of our feet together. So creating a nice diamond shape between the feet, knees, and pelvis. Grabbing a hold of the feet. Inhale to lengthen up through the spine. Exhale, keeping that length as we start to hinge in the hips, bringing our chest towards the feet. Continuing to breathe. This is our Baddha Konasana, bound angle pose, or butterfly. And just use the breath to help you. Inhale, breathing deep into the back like a sponge. On the exhale, bringing out all the breath, coming a little deeper while keeping that length up through the spine. Inhale, lengthening up through the spine. Exhale, coming up nice and tall. From here, we're going to lengthen our legs out nice and long, and we're going to come down onto our back. So make sure you've got lots of room behind you. Sitting nice and tall, arms out in front. Inhale to lengthen up through the spine. And on your exhale, we're going to slowly come down, vertebra by vertebra. Continuing to breathe. And then once you're all the way down onto the back, we're just going to bend our knees, bringing our feet hip width apart, ankles right below the knees. So you might be able to just touch the backs of the ankles or heels with your fingers, so that's good. Keeping the arms down beside the body, palms facing down. Keeping your chin tucked in slightly, we're going to take an inhale as we start to peel our spine off the floor, lifting our pelvis up towards the sky and shifting our weight towards our shoulders. So this might be enough for you in our back bend. If it is, feel free to stay here and come down at any time. If you want to go a little further, we're going to bring our hands behind our back, interlace our fingers together, and then tuck our shoulders underneath our back so we can arch a little higher, lifting our pelvis up towards the sky. Continuing to breathe, keeping the head in the center, not looking around. Squeezing the booty, just keeping our knees in line with the body, not letting them fly open to the side. 3 more breaths. And 2. And 1. Inhale, lifting the pelvis a little higher, releasing the hands, bringing the shoulders flat, and then on the exhale, slowly coming down, vertebra by vertebra, tucking the tailbone in, just to see if you can have the lower back touch the floor before the booty, so nice and controlled. Once we're down onto our back, we're just going to take an inhale, bringing both knees in towards the chest, and on your exhale, dropping both knees down to the left side of the floor. So you can bring your left hand on top of that left knee, opening your right arm beside you, palm facing up as you look to the right. So a little twist. And then inhale, bringing your head back to center, knees back up in towards the chest. And then exhale, bringing your knees down to the right side. Right hand onto the knees, opening your left arm as you look to the left. Nice deep breaths in through the nose. Inhale, coming back to center, squeezing the knees in, and exhale, release. From here, we're going to come into shoulder stand, which is an inversion. So if you have high blood pressure, or maybe you're on your moon cycle, feel free to take another option, which would be legs up the wall. So for legs up the wall, you're just going to stay laying on your back and then bring the legs straight up, nice and flat to the wall, arms open to the side. So if you feel more comfortable doing that, feel free. Otherwise, for shoulder stand, when you're ready, we're going to take an inhale, kicking our feet up and over our head, bringing our fingers together if we can, tucking our shoulders underneath our back, and then bringing our palms nice and flat to the middle of our back, not to the sides. So we want our pinky fingers touching slightly. And you can either stay with your legs at a 45-degree angle, or we can slowly start to lengthen our legs up towards the sky. Continuing to breathe. Keeping your head in the center, not looking around. And then slowly lowering our legs back down, bending our knees onto either side of our head. And then arms are going to come down, palms facing down. So we're going to come down now with control, using our hands as brakes. So vertebra by vertebra, starting to roll down, pressing your palms into the mat, keeping our head flat to the floor, and coming down onto our back. From here, we're gonna sit onto our hands, palms facing down, thumbs touching slightly, and lengthening our legs out nice and long. We wanna have our feet side by side, so big toes touching, heels touching, and we're gonna point our toes away from us. So we're gonna keep our legs nice and energized, nice and strong. And then inhale, lifting our chest up off the floor, tucking our elbows underneath our back. So staying high on those elbows and forearms, dropping our head back, keeping the top of our crown touching the floor slightly. So lifting the chest up, opening the heart, continuing to breathe. And inhale, lifting the chest a little higher, tucking the chin in and slowly starting to lower down, sliding the back of the head along the mat, coming down to our back, releasing our hands. We're going to keep our left leg nice and long. Inhale to bring our right knee in towards the chest. Exhale as we send our right knee across the body over to the left side. Left hand onto that right knee, opening our right arm beside us, palm facing up, turning our head and looking to the right. Nice little twist. And then inhale, bringing your right knee back up to center, taking a nice little squeeze. Exhale, sending it long. Inhale, bringing our left knee in towards the chest. Exhale, sending it across the body over to the right side. Try and keep your hips in the center of the mat. So lifting it up if you need to. Left arm beside us as we look to the left. So just try and relax your left foot and knee down towards the floor. Taking a couple nice deep breaths in through the nose. Massaging our internal organs as we take those deep breaths. And then inhale, bringing your head back to center with your left knee back up in towards the chest. And exhale, sending that left leg long. Finding a nice comfortable position now, laying on your back and just closing down your eyes for Shavasana, corpse pose, or relaxation. allowing the whole body to relax deep into the floor as we close down our eyes and keep our awareness on the breath. You can stay here for as long as you like, maybe 5-10 minutes. It's said that this is the hardest posture in yoga. So hard to stop our monkey mind from just going crazy. And with a really solid practice of Shavasana, they say that even 20 minutes of a true Shavasana is like 8 hours of sleep. However, the purpose of Shavasana is not to fall asleep, but to stay in the present moment, bringing stillness to our thoughts, stillness to our body. And when you're ready, we'll gently roll onto our side and quietly push ourselves back up to sitting. Coming back onto the mat, closing down our eyes as we bring our palms together, and finishing our practice today with Namaste, which means the light in me sees the light in you. So just gently bowing forward, together we say Namaste. Thank you so much. Please feel free to check out my website. There's a ton more videos on there, anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour and 30. So lots of different levels and styles of yoga. So have lots of fun. Thanks so much.